Great question. I'd love to answer it. Ollie was born with a front limb deformity called ectrodactyly. He's missing bones in his right front paw. When Ollie was a puppy, we took him to a place somewhat local to us that does prosthetics for animals. They had only ever seen one other dog with ectrodactyly. Upon examining Ollie, they said that they just felt they couldn't help him. They recommended that we get a wheelchair, which we did. Ollie, being the stubborn Corgi that he is, refuses to use it. Tried many, many times over months and months and months, and he won't take more than a few steps. So we kind of gave up hope for Ollie. Fast forward to 2023, we took him for his annual vet visit. Vet there asked me if we had looked into prosthetics, told her his whole backstory. She said, I'll get back with you. She called me back and she said, hey, go ahead and check out Bionic Pets out of Virginia, see if they can help you. And that's within driving distance for us. Googled them, saw that they had a Facebook page. Derrick, the owner of Bionic Pets, also has a TV show called Wizard of Paws on the BYU TV network. The idea is that Derrick travels to them and he will make prosthetics or even wheelchairs for animals in need. And I'm talking all kinds of animals, elephants, ducks, foxes, you name it, he's pretty much done it. If you're on the show, they'll do the prosthetic for free. So it's kind of like the trade-off for you being on the show, you get a free prosthetic. So I sent an email a few months later. I got an email from Wizard of Paws saying that they had opened up the casting for season 6. They wanted to hear more about Ollie's story. They wanted to hear about our story. They would get in contact with us if they seemed that Ollie was a candidate for the show. One thing after another, wanted to interview us on a Zoom call and another Zoom call, just kind of snowballed. The next thing I know, we were accepted for an episode of season 6 for Ollie to get a free prosthetic. Last October, Wizard of Paws, the film crew all came here for, I think it was 4 or 5 days. They were here and they filmed Ollie and Ollie getting a prosthetic. There's a 50-50 chance whether this prosthetic was going to work for Ollie. We filmed kind of the climax of the entire show is trying this prosthetic on to see how the animal reacts and if they'll walk in it. We were pleasantly surprised, very surprised honestly, that Ollie did really well. He ran in it actually. Very last day of filming, Ollie was sick. Came down with like a stomach bug, camera crew leaves. Over the next couple days, Ollie continued to get sicker. By the following Monday, Ollie was unable to even stand up and walk, which was terrifying. Rushed him to the emergency vet and come to find out he did have some sort of stomach bug, but they also said that he had this like strain in his neck with some antibiotics and medicine that he would get over this stomach bug. And within 24 hours, he was feeling much better. Part of the show, they gifted us laser and hydrotherapy sessions for Ollie. The first day that we ever took him was actually filmed for the show. Did some laser therapy on pinched nerve in his neck or whatever it was. Only time at this point that he's worn the prosthetic is that first like 30 minutes of the day of filming and like 10 minutes the next day, and then he was just too sick to use it. The rehab place that was doing laser therapy on his neck said, let's just give it like 2 weeks and get him through, you know, whatever this pain in his neck, and then we'll start back with this prosthetic. We were cleared. She said, he's doing much better. Let's go ahead and you can start using his prosthetic tonight. And I said, great. We take Ollie home. My husband and I went out to dinner, came back, haven't put him in this prosthetic yet, and Ollie can't walk. Ollie, come to find out, tore both ACLs. It's called CCLs in dogs, but that very night that he was cleared to start using his prosthetic, he tore both ACLs. That was back in November. Unfortunately, Ollie needed surgery. It was the beginning of January. By the time we could schedule him for his bilateral TPLO surgery, it was supposed to be roughly 8 to 12 weeks of recovery. Ended up being significantly longer because his left knee wasn't healing. He has just been released from his surgeon. He's back to fully recovered and he can do whatever we want. When we took him in to start hydrotherapy again, we have decided that it's better that we get his muscles built back up because he was on such strict rest, but he was definitely weakened in his muscles, and we want to get him strong again before we try him back in his prosthetic. He's been doing hydrotherapy and laser therapy once a week. Since filming in October, when we got the prosthetic, Ollie has not been able to wear his prosthetic since, and we are into the end of June. We are hoping to have him try his prosthetic here again soon. He should be getting to the point that he's getting strong enough that we can try it. Like I said, he did well with it back in October, but he may not be happy with it now. Hopefully we have some success with that. Shout out to Derrick Campana, Wizard of Paws, Bionic Pets, in the film crew, production company. They were just amazing. They were absolutely amazing. They were wonderful with Ollie, wonderful with us. It was an incredible experience. Our hope is that all of those efforts that were put forward for Ollie, even though we have a gap in time, that hopefully we can start using that prosthetic again, and it will help him with his mobility. If you hung in here, congratulations. I'm pretty sure nobody's ever going to watch this to the end. Anyway, if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out.